Now to our exclusive interview with Amir Khan on what is another disappointing day for boxing. As over a year on from his defeat by Kell Brook, Khan has been banned from all sport for 2 years following a positive drug test taken on the night of the fight. Our reporter Craig Slater has been with Khan this afternoon. Right, give us the facts. What's going on?
Well, the chronology of this is one of the surprising aspects. So Khan fought Kell Brook on the 19th of February last year. As you rightly say, the positive test Khan gave was on the night of the fight. He had previously had a number of clean tests, including just a week before the contest itself. He only found out about it, and this is important to the Khans. I've spoken to him and his father as well today, more than a month after the positive test. And as Amir put it to me today, that made it difficult for them to find out how this ostarine got into his body, which is a substance which replicates some of the actions of testosterone. He's got a 2-year ban from all sport. Now, that began on the 6th of April 2022 and will continue to the 5th of April 2024. But most significantly today, UKAD, in delivering their findings, essentially clear Khan of any deliberate wrongdoing. So they say that the level of ostarine in his system was too small to enhance his performance, and most significantly, perhaps too small to have been taken intentionally. But when I spoke to Amir today, I wanted to hear that from himself. Did you ever, ahead of this fight, knowingly take a performance-enhancing substance?
I never did, no. I never took anything which was illegal. Obviously, I have a big team around me to make sure that I'm taking the right supplements and the right things. So when it first came that I was positive, I mean, it was more of a shock to me and the team and everybody. I was tested throughout the whole training camp. This result of me being positive came out literally weeks after the fight, you know, which normally you think it'll be only a week. Because it was weeks after the fight, it was hard for me to then think what did I do wrong, or was there something I took or something I was taking, any other vitamins, so I can then pick up on what I've been taking and I can then work out how that substance is in my body. So, you know, it was a big shock to me. And that's why I wanted to come out, and as soon as it was announced in the newspaper, I said, I want to come out and give my, I don't want to hide away.
How do you explain the presence of ostarine then in your system?
Now, I have no idea. It could be meeting people, shaking people's hand. See, the amount of ostarine that was in my blood, it was 0.5, which is literally, say, Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's smaller than a grain of salt. So I don't know how, you know, it got into my system, shaking hands maybe sharing a drink with somebody. I don't know how it came in my system.
Right, explain this to me, Craig. Minuscule amount. UKAD say it's not performance enhancing. Wasn't intentional. Why are we even talking about it?
Well, this all comes down to UKAD's policy of strict liability. Now, interestingly, in response to what Amir just said there, UKAD do reject the notion that it was some kind of personal contact or indeed that he had a contaminated supplement he was taking. So I think their assumption is that it is to do with some kind of misadventure. He's drunk out of the wrong bottle, taken something he didn't know he shouldn't be taking, in other words. Now, strict liability, according to UKAD, means athletes are ultimately responsible for what they ingest and for the presence of any prohibited substance in a sample. But the fact that Amir just got a 2-year ban, that's the minimum that UKAD can hand out. So they recognise there were mitigating circumstances here. To be fair to Amir Khan as well today, he held his hands up, he took responsibility, and he has always been someone, and I can vouch for that, that has campaigned for drugs testing, which hasn't always been a presence in boxing internationally over the last couple of decades, as it has been in other sports. For them to be drug testing in his contests. Jane Rumble, who's the UKAD chief executive, said this case serves as a reminder that UKAD will diligently pursue anti-doping rule violations in order to protect clean sport.
Right, you've known Amir a long time, since he was 17, winning that silver medal in Athens. You got to look him in the eye today. How do you think it's affected him?
He's pretty devastated, I've learned, and I know the family spent a considerable amount of time and money trying to work out what's gone wrong here, because even although they hope everyone will look at the detail of this finding and understand that UKAD don't think Amir did anything deliberately wrong, something has gone wrong somewhere. And Amir has also been on the other side of this. Back in the day, he boxed Lamont Peterson in 2011, lost his light welterweight titles to him over in America, subsequently found that Peterson tested positive for drugs in the run-up to their rematch, and was very critical of what had gone on there, and was particularly keen to drive home the message that drugs testing needed to be a part of boxing. So he takes it on board today. He knows that maybe this will be an example to other boxers that they really do have to take extra care.
I am very sorry. I have to take some sort of responsibility. Yes, I have to. And the day it's been found in my system, but I can honestly say to the public and to everyone out there, is something I would never ever do. It's such a tiny amount, which was not in any benefit at all. I don't know how it got in there, but like I said, I should maybe have taken a little bit more precaution, maybe made sure that I was, I just don't know how it got in there, and I am very sorry about it.
Has it damaged his legacy?
He hopes that people will, as I've been saying, look at the detail of these UKAD findings today and put it in a proper context. He knows he's likely to be labelled a cheat. He's seen the headlines today, and I suppose that's all a lot of people will consume in terms of this story, that the bare headline that Amir Khan has tested positive. He hopes people will look beyond that. He's been a remarkable figure in British boxing, I have to say. A very distinctive fighter. We lost Ken Buchanan in the last week, maybe Scotland's greatest boxer of all time. Quite a lot in common with Amir Khan. Tremendous technical fighter. I don't think any British boxer has had the hand speed, the blurring hand speed that Amir Khan had. Like Ken Buchanan, the best years of Amir Khan's career, fighting over in America, topping bills over there in front of a very fussy boxing audience. I think it speaks volumes for his skills that that's what he was able to do in his absolute pomp. In addition to that, great guy as well out with the ring. The Amir Khan Foundation does a lot of work in East Africa and in Pakistan, disaster relief. He's got a lot of youth projects on the go in both those parts of the world. During lockdown, he was out handing out groceries to old people in the Bolton area. He's a big part of that community as well. So, you know, a great fighter. Remember the Marcus Maidana fight, the Devon Alexander victories, probably the high points of his career, overmatched in the latter stages of his career. Shouldn't have fought. I certainly don't think Canelo Alvarez probably was one fight too many, certainly as well against Kell Brook, but he will be, I think this is what's upset him most today, the thought that all of that he's put in will be in some way tarnished by the headlines we're all reading.
That'll hurt me a lot, because if people remember me for just this incident that happened, I think it'll always upset me, because I know it was never done by purpose. But like I said, we just have to hopefully people believe me, and yeah, maybe take more precaution now. And other fighters, especially the young up-and-coming fighters, maybe they can learn from me how mistakes can happen.
Fascinating. Craig Slater, that was quite some interview. Thank you very much.